So I'm almost finished with Atlas Shrugged, and John Galt's going on and on about figuring out what a man is, what he is, and figuring out what a thing is, and the idea that if that the idea of motion or change requires that we believe in this external thing that actually is, and it objectively is, and that it's an object and it's really out there externally, and we have to assume that to think anything else. Okay, the feeling that you have this need for this metaphysics of the external comes from believing in being rather than becoming. If you analyze the universe in terms of its becoming, that it's always changing, that things are systems, then you don't have this need. Why? Okay, because you are getting perceptions, and you don't need to know what that thing is. You need to know how it behaves, right? You need to know how it behaves, okay? So it's not that a man is a rotter or a mooch or whatever, this stuff she likes to talk about. It's that he's behaving that way, and you could see that right in this book. I mean, there's plenty of people, and I find this an interesting part. I do understand Ayn Rand better, maybe a little more sympathetically, but not her politics. I'm I have more reason to be upset about her politics and metaphysics. But anyway, even the people that are part of the rotter system, they're still alive, and they have a chance to become enlightened by her definition of it. In her book, she shows that, and certain people do, and certain people had the potential and lost it. So it's a matter of how someone behaves. You're trying to predict behavior, and trying to figure out how something behaves. You don't need to presuppose existence. You can see how it behaves through perceptions, okay? And that's the point. So, to me, existence is not this fundamental thing put in at the bottom. That's the whole point of my epistemology. It doesn't mean I don't believe in things. It just means they're higher level. When I'm going to decompose to the most detailed level of knowledge, I'm not going to be talking about things. I'm going to be talking about behaviors. And talking about behaviors.